Welcome back. In a world where more is often equated with better, it's easy to think that all our buying decisions are based on personal needs or desires. But what if I told you that consumerism is subtly influencing almost every aspect of your life? It's not just about what's in your shopping cart or your latest tech gadget. It's about how consumerism controls your emotions, your identity, and even your sense of security. Today, we're going to dive deep into the consumerism trap. 7 surprising ways it's controlling your life. Let's take a step back and look at how this system operates on a much deeper level than you might realize. Here are 7 surprising ways consumerism is controlling your life. 1. The false sense of security. Owning more, feeling safer. Have you ever bought a security system for your home, or splurged on an expensive tech gadget, thinking that you're protecting yourself or future-proofing your life? While it's true that some purchases are designed to offer security or convenience, consumerism plays a sneaky trick on us by making us believe that buying more things will shield us from life's uncertainties. When we purchase a new car, for example, the idea of owning something that's new or state-of-the-art makes us feel safe, important, and in control. But in reality, this sense of safety is fleeting. The more you own, the more you feel like you have to protect what you've accumulated. You might even find yourself constantly worrying about maintaining that new car or upgrading your technology, as if it's part of your identity. The more possessions we collect, the more we're weighed down by them. Ironically, we start to feel more vulnerable. It's a paradox. In trying to secure ourselves, we end up burdened by a false sense of security. 2. The decline of critical thinking. Ads are your new decision makers. Here's something that might shock you. The decisions you think you're making for yourself might not be entirely yours at all. Think about it. Advertising is no longer just about selling products, it's about selling a mindset. Ads don't just show us something and say, "Hey, buy this." Instead, they manipulate our emotions, desires, and even our sense of identity. Take social media for example. Ads are personalized and designed to appeal to your deepest fears, dreams, and desires. They use colors, sounds, and storytelling to create emotional connections to their products. This is why you might find yourself purchasing things you never thought you'd need simply because of an ad you saw, or an influencer you follow. This constant bombardment weakens our ability to think critically. Over time, we may find ourselves making purchases not because we truly need something, but because we've been led to believe it will make us happy, successful, or secure. 3. Emotional spending as a coping mechanism. Feeling low? Shop it off. It's no secret that many people turn to shopping as a way to cope with stress, sadness, or even boredom. The act of purchasing something can create a temporary rush of dopamine, an immediate sense of relief or satisfaction. We're all familiar with the phrase, retail therapy, but what if I told you that this so-called therapy is actually feeding into a destructive pattern? When we're emotionally vulnerable, we are more susceptible to advertising and impulsive purchases. We may believe that by buying something new, we're treating ourselves or solving our problems. But, as the excitement fades, we're left with the reality that our emotional issues haven't been resolved, only buried under a pile of unused items. This cycle of emotional spending can lead to financial strain, buyer's remorse, and deeper feelings of dissatisfaction. The sad irony? The more we rely on material items to boost our moods, the less satisfied we feel in the long run. 4. Digital nomadism and the new work culture. You're a consumer, not a free spirit. Now, let's talk about something that's grown in popularity over the years: the digital nomad lifestyle. Many of us see the idea of traveling the world while working remotely as the epitome of freedom. But here's the truth. The digital nomad lifestyle is often closely tied to consumerism. In order to maintain that jet-set lifestyle, digital nomads often need to purchase high-end gadgets, pay for co-working spaces, subscribe to various online tools, and travel regularly, all of which come with a hefty price tag. The so-called freedom of working on the go comes with a constant need to consume, whether it's tech, services, or experiences that shape the way we live on the road. So while digital nomadism might seem like the ultimate escape from the corporate grind, it often traps people in a cycle of constant consumption, where freedom is merely an illusion of choice, curated by brands and platforms designed to sell you the idea of living without borders. 5. The hidden cost of convenience: more time, less satisfaction. We've all heard that convenience is key in the modern world, right? From food delivery apps to automated home systems, our lives are becoming more convenient every day. But the question is, at what cost? By constantly outsourcing tasks, we might be gaining some time, but we're losing much more. The act of cooking a meal, for example, can be a meditative and fulfilling experience. But when we skip that process and rely on pre-packaged meals or delivery, we miss out on a deeper connection to the food we eat. Convenience doesn't just impact our daily habits, it affects how we view the world and ourselves. We become accustomed to getting things instantly, without waiting, without thinking. Over time, this can create a sense of emptiness, as we lose the satisfaction of creating something from scratch or learning how to solve a problem ourselves. 6. The new age of identity through consumption. Are you what you own? Have you ever found yourself buying a new brand of clothes or the latest gadget, and then feeling more you? This is one of the most subtle ways consumerism controls our lives, by shaping our identity through the things we own. From the car we drive to the clothes we wear, consumer culture often leads us to define ourselves by our possessions. Brands have become more than just labels, they've become symbols of who we are, or who we want others to think we are. Whether it's a luxury handbag or a smartphone, these items have become shorthand for our success, style, and values. But the question is this really who you are? Or have you been convinced that you need to consume in order to feel like you belong, or to be accepted in a certain social circle? 7. The psychological battle. FOMO and the trap of now or never. Last but not least, let's talk about the fear of missing out, FOMO, and how it plays a huge role in driving consumerism. Have you ever seen a limited time offer or a flash sale and felt an urgent need to buy something you weren't even sure you wanted? This tactic, often used in advertising, creates a sense of scarcity. The moment you see that limited time offer, your brain goes into overdrive, pushing you to make a decision quickly. What happens next is the opposite of rational thinking. It's an emotional decision rooted in fear, not need. FOMO keeps us hooked. It gives us that quick rush of getting in on the deal, but what it really does is fuel a cycle of impulsive buying and regret. Over time, you start living with the constant fear that if you don't buy now, you might never have the chance again. And that, my friends, is exactly how consumerism continues to thrive. So, there you have it. 7 ways consumerism is controlling your life that go far beyond just buying stuff. It's embedded in how we think, feel, and even define who we are. But here's the good news. Awareness is the first step to breaking free. Next time you feel the urge to buy something, stop for a moment and ask yourself, do I really need this? Or am I being influenced by something outside of myself? We can all take steps toward a more mindful, intentional lifestyle, free from the consumerism trap. Thank you for watching. If this video made you think twice about how consumerism shapes your life, hit that like button, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's keep this conversation going. Together, we can move toward a more conscious and empowered way of living. Check out our other videos on mindful living, personal growth, and consumer culture.